Hello there, and welcome to another episode of X4 with the Star Wars Interworlds 0.73 mod installed. We're doing our Imperial playthrough today. We're picking up where we left off last episode, which was we just captured this research facility, or liberated it from the Xenon. We took out that big fleet, which you can just see that big ship there, as well as a small complement of other fighters. So yeah, I've had some... Let's move some stuff out of the way. Had some thoughts as regards to what we can do it. So we had one suggestion, which was to potentially turn this thing into a scrap station, which, based on its location, could potentially work. We've got the sunlight for it, we've got the helium, and this is a very, very good system for building stuff up. I know in the previous playthrough we did a mission, or we were doing a mission that we found in the Imperial shipyards to basically capture, to get different relics and stuff like that from the Xenon. And since we've claimed this system, we've not actually had any Xenon spawn in this system. If we claim this system completely, we might lose out on potential Xenon. So I think we're going to chase that up. And the other plan I had for this this station. So obviously we've got the research aspect of it, which is very, very useful. And we're definitely going to be doing that because we can get some advanced mods and then exceptional mods and stuff like that, as well as the teleporting ranges and stuff like that. And we also found there's another one. Or there was another one. I'm sure I found there was another one in one of the other systems that our scouts picked up on. I'm sure it was in this system. And I was thinking, well, you can teleport these stations, and I'm trying to sort of think to myself, well, other than teleporting, which you can only do once, other than research, what's actually so unique about these things? Other than there's only about 4 of them in the game. And I thought, well, nothing, really. They're useful once you've got all the research and everything done, but they're not kind of like the big bad best of stations. And then I thought, well, how? Because we're playing as like an Imperial / Sith Empire here, so how can we make this these types of stations our Death Stars? And I thought to myself, well, I can teleport them, and I can add things to them, I can build on them. And then I thought, well, why not stick a bunch do the research, then stick a bunch of turrets on them, gun them up, make them essentially big bads, so big bad battle stations. Maybe add in some facilities to be able to make fighters and stuff like that. Plenty of areas to dock and that. And then, why don't we see about just dumping at least one in Coruscant? Like, have it jump in, and with a bunch of dock ships and stuff like that, if it'll let us jump them with docking, and then just use it as a kind of like a, if you've ever watched Battlestar Galactica, like a Cylon base ship style thing, plop it in somewhere in Coruscant, and then use it just to, like, centre of the system, do as much damage as we can, launch as many ships as we possibly can, and essentially just crush the sector that way. And that's going to rip out the New Republic's heart. That's going to take out their main big stations, their capitals and stuff like that. And then give it to us. So I think that is what I would like to work towards. I would like to find another one and capture that, so we can basically jump it into so another one of their fighter bases is in Fondor. So we might do like a mini get Fondor essentially. And do it that way. So I think that's going to be the plan for the station. We'll unpause it. I've had it paused just in case anything big and bad spawns, because we are a little bit damaged on some of the ships. Not many of them. Most of them are pretty okay, but we'll definitely get you done. We are missing some components. I think we're going to modify this station as well, because it's not working the way I wanted it to work. I was hoping that by just leaving it as a station on its own, then other stations around it, they could supply it with everything, but it's not cutting the mustard, so to speak. So yeah, so I mean, we have got quite a big fleet as it stands at the moment. I don't want to leave this unguarded. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to jump in the Precursor. Is it the Precursor? Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, Precursor. The one I can't say. God, it makes me feel so stupid, this ship. It's like you don't even know English. And we're going to tell you to protect until further notice. You should still follow your orders. And we're going to go and fly to the Imperial shipyards at Bastion. Oh, in fact, we could probably do with taking. We should take the New Dawn or something. New Dawn's got patrol duties to do, so we're not going to do that. Keeping our space safe. So yeah, we're going to fly to the shipyards at Bastion. I'm going to have a look, see if that mission's there again. If the mission's not there, I'm not going to be too worried about claiming this sector. We'll just do it. It'd be nice to try and do that mission if we can. I mean, you never know. We might come across another one of the big bad spaceships in this system. In which case, we will be ordering the Hammer Fleet to assist us in that one. Get a bit of glory for those. But yeah, and then it'll be a case of finding out who controls the other station that I found, the other research station that we found, because it doesn't tell you exactly who it is most of the time. So there's usually a number of different people that control it, that I've seen from various different playthroughs. You have the one in the Maw, which is controlled by the Empire, the one here which is controlled by Xenon. In the past we found one in the Sump that was controlled by Black Sun Pirates. So we'll have a dig and we'll see if we can't find out who it is. If it's just pirates and stuff like that, we're not going to need a big fleet at all, because we've managed to take the pirate ones by pretty easy methods in the past. Because I mean, something like this will pretty much one-on-one a oh, are we going to hit the gate? We're not going to hit the gate, are we? Oh, we are going to hit the gate. Lovely. It'll take on, you know, Nebulons and the Interceptor cruisers, which is the basically an Action 6, Action 5, or an Action 6 chassis gunned up. And then there's the Nebulons, not the Nebulons, the Neutron Star cruisers. Sometimes the pirate faction has access to them. Like I said, I'm not particularly worried about those, so to speak. What else is going on? Yeah, because we just seem to be waiting forever to build stuff. It's tempted to buy. I might build another shipyard in it. We'll see what it's all going to hinge on that mission, basically. But we need to go to Bastion. We need to dock, and we need to check that out. What else was I going to do? we got a mission to join the CSA. Where are our scout ships? Because we had a number of scout ships out and about. We have one scout ship out and about. Explore. Yeah, we lost one of the R41s last episode as well. I'm not sure if it's because it tried to pass through these systems to do some exploration. I don't remember where I sent it, to be honest. But if it went against so with the CSA territories, there is a lot of Mandalorians kicking about, as well as other things. I'm sure it was in Morelia. That's by the by. Where else can we go? We've got Voss. Voss is quite a cool system. What's Voss actually got in it? Let's go and explore Voss. I always remember Voss is like being the home to like the weird force-like entities. And I would like to see about getting a base down near the Sith Empire at some point, because we've got some good resources in Thule. I think there's a piratey base there, but we can manage. We can deal with those. But yeah, the Maw has got one of the bases. Sometimes one down in the sump. It's just basically exploring and trying to find them. So I'm going to fly to this station, and then we will see you in a memento. Alright, so here we are in Bastion. We have just accidentally skimmed an oncoming ship, which means we are now very much spiralling out of control. But you know what? What's a boy to do? We made it though. We're not dead. Right, so we need to well, what we need to do first is we need to, because I've got a feeling as soon as we essentially undock, this is going to try and come back. I'm not going to bother trying to do the fancy docks, because there's a lot of traffic around this station. So if we can teleport to it, we are going to teleport to it, just like that, and that'll bring us to this dock. The couple of things I want to achieve while we're here. So it's not here this time. So beforehand there was a mission to go and see somebody. Help us keep our water clean. Help us keep our water clean, please. Yeah, there was a mission. Maybe it was a mission that I sliced. It's not important. I'd like to see where the mission goes, but in all honesty, I'm not that fussed. Take it or leave it sort of thing. What we will do while we're here, we're not going to get to that. I'd like to buy a blueprint. Will you let me buy some? Because there's a couple of ships that I think we could do with. We had the Raider Corvette last time. I'm sure we did. I know we had some in our fleet. I want the Lombarda as a personal fly-around ship, because yeah, they're a cool ship. I think we've got pretty much everything on there. We don't have TIE Interceptors, we don't have TIE Phantoms. TIE Phantoms would be nice, because they make quite a nice scout ship. We got the big imps. We probably could do with more large ship options, because at the minute we've got Victories. I'm not a big fan of the Victory. It doesn't yeah, it's cool. It's a ship that's cool on paper, but then it seems to struggle everywhere else. And I would like the blueprints for some more builders, so we can actually build builders as well as like the Heraclons. So we are going to need a chunk of money for that. Now I don't think I have much money in the old bank account at the minute. Have I got? I've got 5 million. Yeah, we're running on empty as it stands at the moment. Pretty much. Hurley Station, new order shipyards. That's pretty low. Wish you could take out loans on this game. That would be very good. Like our station is very much kind of like. That's not even what I want to be on. Research facility. What am I looking for? Where's our shipyards? New order shipyards. There we go. Have you got some? Are you currently being asked to build something? Because it's requiring a lot of. Or where's the menu? 2 shit arts on this one, isn't it? Ships in construction. Oh, so the Empire's wanting an Imperial Star Destroyer, a Victory 2. We currently hanging this up by quite a lot. Do you know what? For now, I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to cancel all the orders for that. All the orders for that. We'll let the resources start pooling so it can get that Imperial Star Destroyer building, and that way we're going to get a payday from the Empire. I think we need. So in previous iterations of the Warcog station, we used to have a ship fabrication module on it for small ships, and I think that's basically what we're going to do this time. Have it just making small ships, because for whatever reason, because it we'll start building this up with a little ship dock. In fact, we can do that now. So if we plan build, and we can go to wharf, a ship build module. We just want 1 Imperial wharf, and that way we can increase a bit of revenue from this, because it'll mean that basically it should start building us ships for us, as well as the AI will also use it. We don't have any money to assign or hire a builder. Our builder's all tied up doing other stuff, so we'll steal some money from the improvements on this station, and what we'll do is, if we go to here and we go to plan build again and we go to assign builder, usually there's there you go, hire, and we'll hire their services. Don't really like doing it. I prefer to use his own stuff. But like I said, we're a bit poor at the minute. We're struggling a little bit money wise. So is there anything else we can do in this system? Not massively. Eventually what we could do with doing is actually building some power plants in Imperial systems and CSA systems, so we can start making money that way. We will see about 2-star crew pilot, and we'll take that. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. That'll get us a little bit of money. I mean, we've got loads of like these interface units and stuff like that. I don't think we're ever going to need that many. So we'll sell 306 of them. 311, that'll do. That gives us a little bit more money.
Good luck out there.
Thanks, lady. I can't imagine an Imperial employee, even the one that works the trade desk, sounding like that. Like, you know, whatever. You imagine Darth Vader coming up to him and be like, I require some wares. I'll just be with you, I'm on my phone. Like, you know, whatever. I can just imagine that being force choked. But maybe Darth Vader's no longer around, is he? Because this is like a million years after, well, not a million years, but 30 years after the... It tells you on the website when it's set, so it's sort of like 30 years after the fall of the Empire, fall of the Emperor. So, you know, this is kind of like representing the Imperial remnant, I suppose. Right, we've got some money. We've got that being built. We'll put the million that we've got into... oh, you got 5 million in your account. You can pretty much pay for yourself. No, I didn't even press that. Come on, don't be like this. Plan build. We'll do it this way. Resources needed. I want to take all of your money for now. Confirm. We can put in a couple of million just to get that kind of like going. And let's have a look. What else might need a little bit of change? Oh, we have enough to get the budget done on that. If we do that, because that should start making us money, I think. We'll confirm that. Because we turned the Overseer station in Ring of Moons into a missile station, and it's making us a lot of missiles, which, if nothing else, means we... it's making us missile components, which, if nothing else, is... you know, going to start getting us a good chunk of change from that, which is nice. Right, so let's get on our ship and let us plot a course to unknown regions 2. And I'm going to wait for a couple of things to build, see if we can't build up a little bit of money. Take out some of these little mercenary fighters. Because that ain't mining guild, that ain't a mining guild mercenary. That ain't a CSA mercenary, and that ain't CSA mercenary. That is just flat out pirates. And we don't allow pirates to live on this particular playthrough, unless I suppose they were causing problems for our enemies. We'll just have a quick look at the map, see what's going on. Ithor seems to be safe. Ooh, I can look at this as well and figure out Vandermeer, some of the travel routes into Mandalorian space. There's more ways into Mandalorian space, surely, than up through the bottom. We haven't really explored these areas. Anyway, I'm going to have a little bit of a ferret round and have a look round and stuff like that, and then we will take it from there. Okay, so welcome back. We're nearly home after quite a while. You would have thought these systems wouldn't take that long to jump to, but they do. It would be nice to be able to install some sort of teleportation module on your ship, make them a bit more like Battlestar Galactica's. It would be nice. I know someone mentioned it in the on the Discord as a suggestion for the X4 Discord, like being able to. I think what they were getting at is essentially have your own hyperlanes, so it's a bit more in fitting with Star Wars, because in Star Wars, obviously, the way hyperspace works is you have essentially lanes that have been pre-plotted that traders and other ships and stuff like that use, which are safe. The idea being that that particular course doesn't send you flying through a sun or into kind of like some form of celestial body, but can let you travel great distances at times. So I think it mentions it on this. There's like the there's a Corellian lane. Where's Corellia? Corellia. There's Corellia. So like Corellia, it ends either down here or up here. It'd be nice to have something like that to basically be able to get around a little bit quicker. But ho hum, what can you do? Oh, we've still got one of the little mining guild ties. Oh, we've got a couple of little mining guild ties alive. Well, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to plot a course to that, and then we'll go over. We're going to destroy these little fighters, and then we'll kind of go over the plan for what we're going to do, because we've started hitting some pretty significant little choke points, which is stopping me doing what I want to do. So we'll just wipe these out, and then we'll kind of go over it. Basically, we've got plants which aren't doing what they're meant to be doing. They're not kind of like working the ways that we want. From like news on the grapevine, when this, because we're currently on the version of X4 which is 6.20, I think that's what the mod's running on. Current X4 is 7 point something. There's also a new expansion pack out, and it's apparently it has fixed quite a few of the issues with some of the fleet commands and stuff like that, because you might have noticed, for example, if we were to tell this fleet to attack this, a lot of the time what they do is, instead of jumping towards it and then kind of like stopping within range and bearing it down, they will literally just fly at your normal system speed and chase it, which takes a while. That's why sometimes you might see me say, when the Vong were attacking this, I'd take a victory and I'd tell it to fly and wait next to the station and then queue up an order which is attack then, because basically it'll fly at the fastest speed it can and then attack. It's a bit faffy, and it's not the mod's fault, because the mod is working off of the game, and the game is brilliant and it is vast, but I think there's some little oversights here and there. To say the game is very much billed as you kind of surrender. I've got to be kidding. How about Marcus Hostile? Turrets. I'd like to fire now. Thank you. There we go. You are taking hits. You're taking a lot of hits. You're taking... Was it a silly thing to do? Because I don't think, personally, from my point of view, it was a silly thing to do. You turning up in my sector of space, trying to be all kind of like the biggest and the best, very silly, especially when you're looking at disrupting my trade lanes. That's silly. Oh, you've managed to get out of range, have you? Oh, not quite out of range. You would have thought a giant turbo laser like that would have done a bit more damage, but alas. Well, they're starting to creep out of our range now. They're faster than us by quite a bit. Well, surrender. Surrender your vessel. And I will... okay. And I'll spare you. I'll spare your life. I'll not hunt you down like a dog. If you don't, then... It's interesting to see the cannons are now firing a lot more. Maybe they have like a minimum range effectiveness, because these were flying pretty slow beforehand. I'm not going to regret it, I'll be honest with you. You're going to regret it. And you're in the tractor beam, which means you are now dead. Have we got any cool loot? What have we got? Seminars, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, it could have been better. And you as well. Right. We're not in comms range. We can fly to you. I wonder, there's another little fighter that's disappeared. Instead of the big ship patrol fleets, I think moving forward we're going to see about fighter patrol fleets, because fighter patrol fleets seem to be able to do the business a lot better than current kind of like setups. Right, surrender. I mean, you just wouldn't, would you? If someone turns up in a Mega Star Destroyer or pocket battleship, like this is like the little kind of babby one, isn't it? And fire, and fire. There we go. You'd say, yeah, fine. My ship is not worth getting killed in. Let's just roll her over. Hit max speed. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? A nice little background. Very ominous. Oh, we've not done a very good job with this. We should have basically just gone in, wiped it out straight away, shouldn't we, really? That would have been the smart choice. I like to give them the option, though, because at the end of the day, if they do agree to surrender, it's a free fighter. But yeah, like I was saying, getting some fighter wings to patrol, because they seem to be able to hunt things down a lot better. Get spaced. Oh, you're going to rue those words, my friend. Start charging our jumpy drives. This is not a bad pilot. He's kind of figured out that, well, if he goes, he can outmaneuver me quite a bit. Oh, he must have hit the boost pretty hard then. And stop. We weren't quite at the right angle. Oh, he's tricksy. He's gone into hyperspace. That's good. We can maybe intercept. Oh, he's come out. Like this is why fighters make better anti-pirate and that, because the more manoeuvrable, the quicker to jump, quicker to react. I mean, a battleship, as you saw with that Lancer should have did a very good job at surviving several salvos from us. Right, if we get underneath you, park it there and start firing, please. We should be in range with pretty much all our guns. Okay, so his turrets aren't what's he set up? Attack all enemies, yeah. Let's just unless the rangefinder's off. Anyway, I can deal with this later. Basically, so what's happening is this is not getting the supplies that it requires. I've switched one of the acclimators that was trading for this, and we've turned it into a restock vessel. I've got it doing some trade orders. I'm probably going to change that order to advanced trade once it's done its little queue of this, because if I change the queue now, what it'll do is it'll basically cancel all that and just start its new orders. So we're stocking it up, but as you can see on here, we've got quite a bit of oh, it's gone now, but yeah, there's quite a few orders for fighters, and we get quite a bit of money for that. There was an order for an ISD2, but I think what's happening is the Empire's, there's probably like a timer or something, like it's not getting started, move it on. So we need to get this operational fully and more self-reliant like we've got on other stations. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put all of the components that we need for this station so it can start building up on that, and then basically we can make that self-sufficient. It's not waiting for people to trade with it. It can make everything it can, with the exception of missiles, because we have a lot of stations making missiles. This can now then focus primarily on fighters and stuff like that, which, you know, is going to be a benefit. And hopefully we'll start making a bit of money, because if we go into logical overview and go onto the transaction log, like that single fighter, that's the only one we've been able to make, I think, at the minute. Yeah, rest of this is at deficit, but we made from one TIE SA, which is a TIE bomber, I think, we made 303,000 credits. So if we can start churning out stuff like this, we can potentially start making a lot of money, which is going to then pave the way for us being able to make bigger fleets. If this is then a self-sufficient station that is kind of like producing all the individual components itself, there's none of this kind of like messing around waiting for stuff to trade. It also means that all the components that these stations make can be sold on, which is then more money. So it's going to be a considerable investment, to say the least, but it does mean we can sort of make that happen. Now it does mean that this station is probably going to end up humongous now, and I need to figure out where everything's going to go on it. So I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll start working out a plan. We might even make the facility off of the station somewhere, so like over here maybe. If we build like a defence station network thing, and then have it all coming off, because to make it properly self-sufficient, you can't just say, well, I want you to make durasteel plates, for example. You have to then say, well, I need you to make graphene as well, and refined metals to make graphene and refined metals. You need energy cells and methane. Energy cells aren't a problem. Methane, obviously we're going to need a mining ship. Refined metals, you're going to need the ore, and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a tiered list. These are kind of like your basic. So things like graphene, refined metals. There's a few other. They're basic. items, and then things like durasteel plates, they use those basic items to then make other items. So it's kind of like a chain, and it becomes very, very laborious and stuff like that. Scrap metal is by far one of the best ways for making durasteel plates, but the massive downside of scrap metal is it requires like 10 energy cells for one raw scrap to make scrap metal, which it's a lot. That's why it takes so long for our or why we had so many problems early on with our little scrap station, because we just the sheer amount of power it requires is ridiculous. Because I mean, look at all that. This is a massive waste of resources as it stands at the minute, and we will be eventually phasing it out, just because I don't see much point in it. We'll probably repurpose it as something else. We might even turn it into a defence station, remove the scrap processing modules and stuff like that, and just put some defence stations on it, just so we've got a little bit more coverage and we can say it's slightly useful. Or we might even turn it into some form of a dock, like a dry dock. I don't know yet, but yeah, it'll be going. So yeah, that's the plan. So I'm gonna carry on. Well, we're gonna try and take this thing out first. What we're going to do is we're going to tell the hammer fleet to come in as well. In fact, we'll tell this Kontos. Kontos should have a better idea, and you should basically have a twitch. You should have a little bit of a simpler way of chasing it down. We'll autopilot. We'll try and pincer it in. Be interesting to see what the Kontos does. That's the Kontos. If you're just tuning in, this is like the Kontos frigate. It's the Imperial Ascendancy's version of a smaller fighter, or a smaller. It's their victory equivalent. If we were to picture it that way. I really hate trying to chase down small fighters in big ships. So yeah, so I'm going to do that. It's not the end of the episode as such. I'll come back right at the end once we've built that station. But because I'm going to have the game paused just in case we get attacked while I'm in that screen, it doesn't always tell you. So we'll take it from there. So yeah, I'll be back in a minute. If you choose to not watch the rest of this video, I will not be offended one iota, because it's just going to be revealing the station when it's done. So I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so we're kind of back. This is what we've come up with at the minute. It's not very nice looking. I've tried to make it compact, and I've tried to build it in places where it's going to not affect our shipping lanes. I don't think much flies through this way anyway, because of the little defence bridges that we've got. So basically it's like a cross section. We've got some storage containers on there, and then some energy cell generators, solar panels basically, a couple of durasteel plate production, a couple of graphene and refined metals, well, a couple of refined metals anyway, some Tabana cells, engine parts, advanced composites, Rhydonium refinery, and I think we need a advanced electronics. Yeah, we can get an Imperial advanced electronics on here. What I've tried to do is put these Imperial cross sections and stuff like that around the edge. One, to give us a little bit of extra building room when we might need to eventually kind of expand this little setup, and two, just to kind of mask it a little bit. I think is what we were sort of trying to achieve. Can we squeeze it in there? We've got nowhere to squeeze it in there. In fact, we'll stick it on the end of here. We might need to do some more advanced electronics because it is a Imperial looking one, which is, it works. I don't know why. So like, one of my pet peeves with a building on this, it's like, so I want to rotate that essentially 90 degrees from where it is. So you go rotate 90, and then for some reason it's like, oh, so you want to detach it from this area. It's like, no, I just ideally want to rotate it. It just really doesn't make sense to me. I've said it before. The base building aspect on this game is really needs some work. It's got a lot to be desired. So yeah, so that's kind of like what we've got as far as our station goes. So hopefully that's going to start alleviating it. I've not put every single module on there. I want to see how this, because the advanced electronics, composites, Rhydonium cores, Durasteel plates are some of the ones that basically are, and engine parts as well, we've got engine parts on there, are some of the ones that are always in need. So hopefully that will start alleviating it. It's a quite a chunk of change. We should be able to supply most of it ourselves. We need to wait for our builder to finish off the overseer place, and obviously we've got the warcog to think about as well. That should hopefully be working away on itself soon. Have we got some information on how long that's going to take? Oh, that's pretty much done, which is pretty good. We might be able to grab this builder to start building on that one. But I think for now, we're going to call it an episode. So as ever, thank you for watching. I'm hoping to get a lot of recording done today because we have got. I'm going away next week to York for a few days. So I'm going to kind of like get a couple of episodes pre-recorded, so we're all sorted and dandy. There's some Warhammer stuff coming out at some point, either this week or next week. There's the Total War stuff as well, which there's a series. It's not very good by my own admission. It was kind of like a little bit of a trial to see, like, can I make a series out of it? I can kind of make a series out of it. It was rubbish, but it was done. It was edited, so I figured would upload it anyway. Just for a bit of variety, and it gives me a little bit of, because obviously I've been recording this now for nearly 2 hours. There was about half an hour preambling on this, so it does take quite a while to do an X4 series, especially when you've got two on the go. So yeah, it's nice to have some different games to play every now and again as a refresher. And if I'm playing them, might as well record them because you never know. Some people might enjoy that kind of thing. But yeah, so as ever, take care of yourselves, and until next time.